Whoa!
This is too bright. Too bright.
Yep. You do that, I'm gonna mess with this.
Just needs to be turned a little bit.
I'm fixing that now. Does that? Oh, that's really dark now.
Turn the light up, I guess.
Because you didn't let me do this. Hold on, let it focus. Boom. I'm going. Give me like 4 seconds, dear.
Did you guys hear him?
All right.
We're trying.
Yeah, I just ate some really hot,
Nudes.
some hot nudes. You know, my mouth is hot.
All right.
So hold on, let me. Chat box is there. Alert box. That. All right. Well, this stream is brought to you by mimosas. Well, okay, so I guess we'll talk about that right now since
Yep.
it's Sweet Dessert
Everybody, before you go to bed, they lay me down to sleep. Sold the key.
Good.
Everybody say a nice little prayer for your ass because there is rocket shrapnel coming for us.
Hopefully not.
It's supposed to hit like 9 or 11, something like that. 9/11. Anyway, sometime tonight it's supposed to hit. We just heard that it was between 9 and 11, but that doesn't sound right. Too much 9/11-y.
I know, right? But yeah, I guess it's looking like it might hit the ocean.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
If not, I hope it hits just. Can it hit Kim Jong-un's house? Like that's it. Like I don't want to kill anybody else. Just like him in particular.
Could you imagine if this like actually killed somebody like in like a high-powered government position? Like
Wild.
there'd be so much conspiracy theories
So much
behind
shit.
it. Yeah.
If it just like wiped out all of Washington D.C.
Yeah, that would be.
we'd be in a whole other war because of China.
Yeah. And like a complete accident. Well,
It would be a
assuming
complete accident.
yeah.
Like they didn't intentionally do this. Like mistakes happen. Shit
Or
happens.
did they? You don't know.
Well, if they projected it, then they would make sure it hit somewhere that they want it to. They wouldn't be like, wait on out.
Well, maybe that's the whole part of the thing. They're like playing dumb.
I don't think
like we
so.
know exactly where it's gonna hit, but we're gonna be like,
So we can't put that out into the universe
don't
because
know.
people already have so many conspiracy theories about like Asian people at the moment. So we can't be like
I'm gonna
they
put
did
it
it
all
on
out there
purpose.
in there. That's what I do. I
Uh-uh.
put it all out there.
One person I don't like is Kim Jong Il.
Yeah.
Jong Un. Why would you do that to your child?
What?
Just change the last bit of his name.
I don't know.
I mean, how do
You
you
should ask
feel
him.
about that?
Maybe you can. Who is it? Dennis Rodman. Didn't Dennis Rodman go over there and over to North Korea a couple years ago?
I don't
And like he
play
play
basketball,
basketball or
with that
something.
short
I don't
chubby
know.
fuck. Maybe he's not getting laid. Maybe that's the problem.
He probably is, but it's probably not consensual.
I don't see. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I know too
you
many
either do
short.
it or you die.
I know
Ugh.
too many guys that are short and chubby from my high school now that don't look like they get it consensually either.
Yikes.
Looking dead ass at you. Fuck you, Tyler. You got a tiny penis.
How would you know?
He showed it to me in music class without my consent. He was like, psst, hey. And he sat beside me and I was like, yeah. And he goes, you get a lot of dick because you're a slut, right?
Whoa.
And I was like, because I was still a virgin then. Like everybody just thought I was a slut because I went through puberty in 4th grade and I had tits. And I was like, and I like looked forward. He's like, psst. I was like, what? And he goes, is this big? And I was like, what? Like I didn't know what he was saying. And he had pulled up his basketball shorts and it had his just dick, like stuck to his leg like fucking silly putty. And he's like, I was like, no, it's really small. He doesn't watch this, but I hope somebody maybe sees it and like forwards it to him. Fuck you, Tyler. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, I'm done. No more repressed memories from high school.
Get it all out, dear. Get it all out.
Fuck.
Yeah. Watch your heads.
Watch your heads. Watch your genitalia.
Genitalia.
Know who's watching.
Yep.
Santa Claus coming to town. What was it? What was the code word for that? Grandma's got a brand new bag.
Grandma's got a brand new bag. Or no, Santa's got a brand new bag.
Was it Santa's got a brand new bag? I can't remember. Somebody tell me.
Do we have chapstick up here? My lips are little Bernie Sanders.
You put that stupid Twizzler chapstick over on my side of the bed.
I didn't put it there.
I'd hate that. You can go get it.
I didn't put it there.
I don't. I only like the classic chapstick or the peppermint chapstick. FYI, chapstick over the holidays makes a candy cane chapstick, and it's like the best mint chapstick.
It's not candy cane, it's peppermint.
It's candy cane. It always has candy canes on it.
It has the candy cane
and it's wrapped like a candy cane.
Peppermint flavored.
Anyways, the first time I ever had one of these chapsticks, I was in labor with my daughter.
Did Darwin use it?
I think Dean might have put his finger in it.
I'm
might just
not
have to...
using that. Nope.
Okay, anyways, while I was in labor, my mother-in-law, I was like, my lips hurt so bad, and she handed me a chapstick. She's like, I don't know, here, this is the only one I have. And it was so cooling on my lips, and I have never strayed away from that chapstick ever again.
Yeah, every time we see it now, we buy like 75
over the holidays. Yeah. And we finish the whole fucking tube. Like, we'll scoop it out with like our fingers. Our kids love it.
Pretty good.
Put it on your nose during the winter time. Little minty sniffs.
Minty sniffs. It's my favorite kind of sniff.
Oh my gosh. Peppermint chapstick. Shout out to you. Jimmy, go get you a chapstick. You know, there's like 100 of them at the bottom of the steps.
I know, and I thought of that too, and I was like, I really want to go down, but I also really don't want to, because we just started.
We should take our house phone, throw it down the hall to hit Lola's door, and then call it, and then make her go get the chapstick. I would do that. Yeah, we're parents that don't let our kid have a smartphone yet. She's 12. She's never really had a cell phone, ever. Like, she plays with ours from time to time, but she's never had a smartphone. Underage children, access to the internet at the tip of their fingers.
It can be.
It can be. That's why we monitor that shit. No hate if you do give your kids a phone, because that's your business. That ain't our business. That's your business. But I personally, my kids can fuck off. I'm paying for those minutes.
I've tried though.
What? Get her a smartphone?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna get the text, like with the sidekick. We're gonna get her a sidekick so she can like text. Because I feel like texting is really important and calling is very important, instead of all the other stuff that like you have to do to get into it now with kids.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I have to snap, and then I gotta take a picture of this, and I want to do this, and this. I'm like, no, listen, work on like building real conversations with people, like an actual foundation, and then you can have the internet.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Are we gonna go into it?
We can pick. You want to pick one, or do we?
So, we're gonna start off with mine.
Oh no.
So, I know you love it. It's not that big of a deal.
We forgot to talk about this too.
Well, after this, we'll do that.
We have a surprise.
Well, it kind of leads into it because of what it is.
Oh.
So, let me pull it up real fast. Hold on.
Pretty good one. Shout out once again to my mother-in-law for telling us about this.
That's right. She did.
She did. She joined our Discord.
Yep.
Hi, Mom. The Discord, and she might eventually be watching in here. I don't know. We didn't talk. Oh, I did. I talked to her. I also sent her a picture 2 days ago that says your son's a slut.
We are here today to talk about the Flying Spaghetti Monster, who is the deity for the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
I don't know a lot about this. I feel like this was on The Simpsons.
It probably was, but
yeah.
So this religion is called Pastafarianism. That is hilarious. Hilarious. Now, I was reading into it a little bit more. And so they got a book too. They have a book.
Oh no. Is it like thou shalt call penne penne and not penne pasta?
The
Like,
noodles, yeah.
yeah, is that like what the gospel is?
So here it is. This is the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Now, this is an actual book. It's obviously all satire, and it's not like an actual religion. But if you go back here,
I hope it's written like the galaxy, something of the galaxy, the book. Fuck. You know,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I
Yeah.
hope it's written like that, like a manual.
Maybe.
Oh, I hope it's written like a manual.
So here it is. So the Flying Spaghetti Monster was first described as a satirical open letter written by Bob Henderson in 2005 to protest the Kansas State Board of Education's decision to permit teaching intelligent design as an alternative to evolution in public school science classes.
Okay, I get it.
In the letter, Henderson demanded equal time in science classrooms for flying spaghetti monsterism alongside intelligent design and evolution. After Henderson published the letter on his website, the flying spaghetti monster rapidly became an internet phenomenon and a symbol of opposition to the teaching of intelligent design in public schools. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what they mean by intelligent design. I assume they mean like
Religion, like God created.
Yeah, that's what I
man.
assumed.
Yeah,
but
that's what it is.
So intelligent design is a pseudoscientific argument for the existence of God presented by its proponents as an evidence-based scientific theory about life's origins.
Now listen, I don't mind, or anybody crucifies me for this.
No pun intended, I guess.
I don't mind the teaching of, Catholic religion or like Christian religion in school, as long as we are also telling kids like the history of like being Jewish, also with like Buddhism, things like that, like other religions, because there's so many. I'm like, that interests me. Like, I love learning about like other religions because it's a really wild thing.
Well, a lot of them have a lot of great knowledge and like words of wisdom that people can use in their life, and then that's definitely something that these like topics can teach people, but it's always used for divisive reasons for some reason.
Well, I would love to learn like that and like the history of it, like where it came from, things like that, like things that can actually be tied back to that. I think the Muslim religion?
Islam?
Anyways, I think it's not entertaining. It's
hilarious.
It entertains my brain. Like, it keeps me active. Like, I get very obsessive on things. But I don't believe in any religion. In most religions, it like says that if you are ignorant to God, like you don't know, that if you die, you just die and you go where you're supposed to go. And I'm like, cool. So we'll just be here educating ourselves.
Okay, so at the time he was a 24-year-old Oregon State University physics graduate, parodied the concept of intelligent design by professing belief in a flying spaghetti monster in an open letter to the Kansas State Board of Education. Okay, here we go. So a little quote. I think we can all look forward to the time when these three theories are given equal time in our science classrooms across the country, and eventually the world. 1/3 time for intelligent design, 1/3 time for flying spaghetti monsterism, and 1/3 time for logical conjecture based on overwhelming observable evidence. So there it is. That's the quote.
I love it. That was a good way to like make a point, but there were also probably people that were like, "This is stupid. He's just mocking God."
I'm sure, yeah,
It's like, yes.
Whatever.
Yes, in fact. I think our school was one of those schools that didn't want them to teach evolution. Like, they were really upset about it. Like, one parent came in and was like, but also God could have created us. You have to leave that up for interpretation.
Oh my God. I didn't read this.
What?
Captain Mosey and the 8 I'd rather you didn't. So the book contains the 8 I'd rather you didn't, adherence to which enables Pastafarians to ascend to heaven,
The 8
which
commandments.
includes a stripper factory and beer volcano.
We need to find what they actually all are. I need to know what the 8s are. Is there like a link?
Hold on. According to the gospel, Mosey the pirate captain received 10 stone tablets as advice from the flying spaghetti monster. Of these original 10 I'd rather you didn't, 2 were dropped on way down from Mount Salsa. This event partly accounts for Pastafarians' flimsy moral standards, the I'd rather you didn't address a broad array of behavior from sexual conduct to nutrition. One reviewer commented that this parody of the Ten Commandments reads like a bitter shopping list of the same criticisms given to organized religions. One commandment is, I'd really rather you didn't build multi-million-dollar synagogues, churches, mosques, shrines to his noodly goodness when the money could be better spent ending poverty, curing diseases, living in peace, living with passion, and lowering the cost of cable. So
damn, if you thought I was fucking petty, he is the Thomas of petty.
He's the Richard Petty. He's the
Dick Petty. That's really funny. He was like,
I mean, but the thing that makes it so funny is that it's true. You know, these churches and religions
that
they
aren't
build
taxed.
these huge that aren't taxed, which I think 100% is a load of bullcrap. I don't care what you believe in. The tax man's coming for you.
Like over in this house, we're pro like the legalization of marijuana because it can be taxed and can bring more jobs in, which is amazing. It'll also take up a lot of the farmland back in near our hometown that like has now gone because the dairy industry has tanked. We're also, yeah, it has. The dairy industry isn't doing as well as it used to. Also, we are pro sex work, pro tax for sex work. There's so many people that have been doing sex work for decades and they don't get taxed.
As long as like they're doing it because they want to do it and not because somebody's like.
I think that would be like the best way to go about this, because if people are doing it legally, like out in the open, and they're being taxed for it and it's going towards something and people don't have to hide from it. You know what I mean? Like people that actually do have sex, like actual sex for money, don't have to hide it and it's taxed and everything like that. There wouldn't be like as much demand, I feel, for illegal activity because so many people are going to be consenting to it.
Yeah, it's going to be.
There's so many people that do sex work that you don't know. Like that's the funniest thing in the whole world is you don't know. But let's fucking tax it. Let's get them a healthcare plan. Let's make sure that they're like getting tested all the time. You know, if we have like a building for it, then everybody's going to be taken care of. If you think about it.
Well, with that being said, if you send me $5 right now, I'll send you a picture of my butthole. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
If you send me $5, I will send you a picture of his butthole. 100, and I'll let you see mine.
There you go. No, 1,000 for yours.
Just kidding. We're not doing that because that's solicitation on Twitch, and we are not soliciting.
I am not going to do that.
They're not. I don't think they're pro sex work.
Send me $5 still, but I'm not going to send you.
I don't think they're pro
butthole.
Sex work on here. Like, I mean, they like them, but I don't know if they. Oh, there's something from Pittsburgh.
I just seen that too. You should have seen that right now?
Yeah, like right now. I saw the U and I was like, what the fuck is the U? And then it said Pittsburgh.
Oh, book review.
Oh, boy.
Oh, so the University of Pittsburgh did a book review on...
Oh, they would. They would love it. They would eat that shit up.
Also because it is pasta.
Yes.
Pierogies. I could go for some pierogies right now. How am I still hungry?
We did a lot of work today. And then you didn't eat right away.
That's true. It wasn't loading fast enough, so...
All right, never mind.
We'll get to that then. So there it is. The Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
I think we should get that book for the house. I think that would be a fun book to read.
Well, I
want to
know what the eights. And the eights, like what are the eights?
The actual eights. I think you're just going to have to Google it. But no, I think this would be a fun book to put on the shelf with all of our other shit. And like our kids find it one day and be like, what the fuck were mom and dad doing?
8. I'd rather you did it. There you go.
You didn't.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
All right, found him.
Boom, pretty quick.
I think I gotta burp again. Sorry, I always have to
burp.
burp.
Right. Also known as the 8 flying spaghetti condiments. This is better and better. I'd really rather you didn't act like a sanctimonious, holier-than-thou ass when describing my noodly goodness. If some people don't believe in me, that's okay. Really. I'm not that vain. Besides, this is even about them, so don't change the subject. Boom. Roasted. Look at that picture with the flying spaghetti monster and the dinosaur.
I feel like the meatballs are the eyes, and like the actual eyes are like tentacles. So like, look at it as the meatballs are the eyes, and it's way scarier. That's terrifying. When you
Yeah.
look at it like at eye level, like where its eyes are, not as scary. It's like, oh, it's a spaghetti monster. But if you make the meatballs the eyes, whole other
That's a little
story.
creepy, yeah. Number 2. I'd really rather you didn't use my existence as a means to oppress, subjugate, punish, eviscerate, and or, be mean to others. I don't require sacrifices, and purity is for drinking water, not people.
Boom.
Roasted. Number 3. I really rather you didn't judge people for the way they look, or how they dress, or the way they talk, or, well, just play nice, okay? Oh, and get this in your thick heads. Woman equals person, man equals person, samey. One is not better than the other, unless we're talking about fashion, and I'm sorry, but I gave that to the women, and some guys who knows the difference between teal and fuchsia.
Boom.
I don't know teal. What is teal and fuchsia? Is it different? Okay, we'll have to write that down. I would look that up. Roasted.
Boom, roasted. I'll look up teal and fuchsia while you do that.
Okay, number 4. I'd really rather you didn't indulge in conduct that offends yourself, or your willing, consenting partner of legal age and mental maturity. As for anyone who might object, I think the expression is gulp yourself. Unless they find that offensive, in which case they can turn off the TV for once and go for a walk for a change. Number 5. I'd really rather you didn't challenge the bigoted, misogynist, hateful ideas of others on an empty stomach. Eat, then go after that bitch. That is good right there. I like that one.
Boom.
Roasted.
I'm trying to put it in our thing. I found pictures.
I'd really rather you didn't build multi-million-dollar churches, temples, mosques,
We read
shrines
that
to my noodly goodness when their money can be better spent. Take your pick. Ending poverty, curing diseases, living in peace, loving with passion, and lowering the cost of cable.
Boom.
No, not done yet.
Oh God.
I might be a complex carbohydrate omniscient being, but I enjoy the simple things in life. I don't know. I am the creator.
Whenever he gives me my allergy pill now, I do that
Oh, yeah.
because it's like the dissolvable one on your tongue. So he like hands it to me like this, like he opens it, and I just go, and it like sticks to my tongue. And then every time I take it, I go, just
Okay.
praying that the allergy medication
I know,
works this time.
Number 7. I'd really rather you didn't go around telling people I talk to you. You're not that interesting. Get over yourself. And I told you to love your fellow man. Can't you take a hint?
People that do that were like, Jesus came and spoke to me. Bitch, you're hearing. I hear that like I'm ugly sometimes, but I know I'm a fucking bad bitch. Like those are some evil ass demons inside. Settle it down.
All right, number 8. Last one. I'd really rather you didn't go unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you are into stuff that uses a lot of leather, lubricant, Las Vegas, if the other person is into it, however, pursuant to number 4, then have at it. Take pictures, and for the love of Mike, wear a condom. God damn. Honestly, it's a piece of rubber. If I didn't want it to feel good when If I didn't want it to feel good when you did it, I would have had it added spikes or something.
We were just talking about condoms today.
Were we?
We were talking about that song in the car.
Oh yeah.
What is that song?
I don't know.
No.
Well, anyway, okay, well, hold on, before we go to that topic. So this literally sounds so much better than any of the other religions, like commandments or like things that you're not supposed to do. This makes way more sense. Why?
It does.
Why does this make more sense? This is even unreal. Like, this isn't a real religion. It's all satirical and satirical? Satire?
Satire.
Satirish?
Satire.
But it makes the most sense. Why? Guess we'll never know. Real quick, I do want to go over a couple of the pictures I seen. Oh, I actually put it in here.
What'd you put in there?
This is the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monsters webpage.
There you go. Join today.
Join today.
Join today.
So they have this thing called ordinations. It's $50. You get your paper certificate of ordination, a black, silver, resin wallet card, 2 vinyl card decals, And
I want the car decal.
yeah, so do I. It's almost like I'm almost like willing to do it just for the car decal. And this is the certificate of ordination, saying that you have been ordained as a minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, which is hilarious because look, it's like
If
eating
you're
the
ordained,
ship.
can you marry people?
It's not a real religion, you psychopath.
How do we not know this? It could be. People
But
believe in it.
That's hilarious.
I believe in it.
Okay.
I've only been listening to this for about 15 minutes, and I believe
Oh,
it.
here's the car decal. So this is like the Flying Spaghetti Monster. This is the pirate fish thing.
I want to actually be much like a lobster.
It does look a little
On the
lobsterish,
decal.
but that's okay. We choose you. It does look like a Pokemon. It looks like that one. Now that I think about it. Oh, here's this little fish. This is like that fish that people have in the cars.
Yes, it's supposed to mimic that.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
I
Mimic
hate that. I hate that fish thing.
I want one of those. Well, not the fish ones, but this Flying Spaghetti Monster one.
I don't mind people. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. You were talking.
I said I don't mind people that like believe in something like a wholehearted like religion.
Oh.
My grandmother was Methodist. She was Methodist, and biggest believer in God. Prayed for everybody, but she wasn't like, if you don't pray with me over dinner, I'm gonna be angry. And she was like really nice to anybody that didn't have money. She did everything she could, gave back, donated. Those people I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's people that are like,
I
I
just-
don't mind the gays, but could they just not get married because it's just God doesn't like that? No, you shouldn't. It's none of your fucking business. Guess what? Jesus was over there minding his fucking business till somebody was like, nay, motherfucker, you're doing wrong.
So you know how religions have their headgear? Like
Uh-huh.
how Jewish people have yarmulkes, and
So that's a spaghetti strainer?
so the spaghetti strainer is the headgear
Is the yarmulke of the spaghetti or
of the flying Pastafarianism.
Pastafarianism. Oh, right.
There it is.
Should I make my hair look like pasta for Halloween?
Yeah, go as a flying spaghetti monster on your head.
All our neighbors already think I'm fucking crazy.
That would be hilarious. That would be such a good idea, but also very difficult. Well, maybe.
No, I can get styrofoam balls and make hair go around.
We could definitely do that.
We could definitely do. I'm not willing to like spray my hair a different color.
No,
But
I ain't gonna do that.
I could definitely do it. There's nobody's gonna get it.
No, well, there's always one weirdo.
Segue into after the Pastafarianism. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm really
so
excited about
speaking
this.
of food, let's move into our next topic here.
We went to our Asian food market. We go down there and get snacks all the time with the kids, and we picked up a couple things that we weren't really sure of, and one of them was tomato candy. What else did we get here? Soda candy. Oh shit, dropped it. Soda candy. I'm assuming it's gonna fizz. I hope it fizzes. It'll remind me of the candies we used to get at the skating rinks. Remember, you just like get the hard candies off like the plastic and then bite in them, they'd fizz. No.
No, I don't remember stuff. You know this.
This is like our last like candy thing. It's like a mochi thing.
This one's confusing to me because if you look at
It's
the picture,
red beans.
God damn it, this arm. So
It's
if you look
mochi.
here, it's mochi. What the hell is
I
mochi?
think it's mochi.
You think it's mochi? So
think
is it
it's
or is it
mochi.
not?
I think it is. None of
Okay,
it
we're
has
not-
English
noth-
on it.
nothing- okay, so the whole point of this, we went to the our
Asian
little
food
mart, and we tried to find stuff that was either weird or we could not understand anything it said on
Most it was we couldn't understand anything. The weirdest thing we found was the tomato candy.
it. Yeah.
This one we're just like I think
mean,
it's red beans.
Also, like on the front, you have no idea like what the hell that is, unless you know the language, obviously. Then you have it exactly.
or
and
you've
you're-
eaten these before.
And you're probably going, don't eat that. It tastes like crap. So, but if you look at the back, it does have some English right here. But we did not read it because we did not want to like ruin it. You know, it's kind of the point of this.
And then we got some
And so,
spicy
this,
chippies.
This is looking a little spicy. I like spicy stuff to an extent.
I really wanted to get shrimp chips, but I know we've had
Yeah,
them
we've
like
had
100
shrimp
times.
chips a million
Shrimp
times.
chips are so good.
They're very good.
I love shrimp.
So this is the last thing we're gonna try.
Excited.
Don't know what this is. Hopefully, it's not gonna kill
I
us.
think we'll have to do spicy last.
Yeah, well, that's what I just said. We're gonna do this the last thing we try. All right, so
Let's do
start
tomato
with
candy.
Tomato candy.
Let's do tomato candy because of the flying spaghetti monster.
Ah, there you go. Segways.
Like, it'll be like pasta sauce. I hope it tastes like tomato soup. I really do. Like Campbell's tomato soup, because there was a book I read when I was a kid where the kid didn't like eating his vegetables and was like chewing gum at the same time.
Here you go.
Doesn't smell like anything. He was chewing gum at the same time.
Just
he was
tomato
eating
candy.
broccoli, and then he was like, I'm going to turn everything, all these vegetables, into candies, and then kids will eat their vegetables. I don't remember what the book was called, though. Okay.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh, God. Oh, I think it might be soft. I don't know. It doesn't taste like a tomato. It tastes like burnt. It doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste like tomato. It kind of tastes like maybe there's like flecks of ketchup in it. You're having a hard time. You don't like it here. Put it back in the wrapper. I don't mind it.
I'm trying to like get into it. It just tastes like ketchup. Like it's like hard candied ketchup.
No, it's like just sugar candy. It tastes like
No.
it's just like the melted sugar, and then it tastes like there's like flecks of ketchup. It's like pink. I wouldn't eat it
Sorry
again.
for all the mouth noises too. I was.
I don't mind it.
Hey, we tried it.
Would I eat it again? No. But I tried it.
Yeah, I
You don't
wonder
have
what
to-
this is like. Enjoy your time. It says on the front.
Well, I'm trying to see. I wish they would have fully committed and made it like tomato soup. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, whatever. We tried it. Tomato
Hey,
candy.
it wasn't. It's not that it was
Bad. Was it
bad,
great.
but it definitely
It
was
could have
not
been
good.
more. It could have been like a creamy tomato
Yeah.
soup. That would have been awesome. All right, you pick one.
Okay, we did a candy. We'll do this. We'll do
Oh,
this
we're gonna
one.
do the red bean mochi.
The
I say it's red beans because like right here it's beans, red beans, and they use that for a lot in like mochis or pastries. I guess it'd be like a pastry. What's it smell like?
plastic, because everything's wrapped.
Oh,
Everything in like, everything's always double wrapped.
it looks.
Oh, it's like yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the picture.
It's like all like bloated too.
Oh, kind of smelled good. I got like a poof of air.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
here's-
you're gonna hate this.
Oh,
I can already tell.
Oh,
You want me to
God.
go first?
No, we'll do it at the same time. Hold on. Yeah,
So
I was
it's
gonna show.
it's like you can squeeze
It's
it.
like squishy.
Very squishy. He doesn't like squishy things.
Damn it.
Oh. That's not bad. You hate it.
Oh my God. I can't take the texture. I can't do it.
I knew you were gonna hate the texture. It tastes good.
Oh my God, it was like I was. Oh God, dang it! That was not bad tasting, but that like,
You don't like the gooey texture.
oh, it was like I was eating like a booger or something.
I don't
thought
think
they
you
eat
like-
boogers, but
I don't think you like mochi ice cream either because of the texture on the outside.
I'm having a like an attack right now. That was a
Want
lot
some of
of
my water?
a texture. No, it's
Don't
not
gag.
a taste. It's not a taste. It's like I can feel that texture in my mouth.
These weren't bad. I don't mind that. Could be just because I just smoked.
Oh man, that was. I mean, I tasted that. Whatever's on the inside,
Bean paste.
it tasted fine.
Yeah.
I mean, but that texture was something else.
You're really trying not to gag. It's so funny. I just opened up these ones. These are soda candies.
Soda candy. These should be interesting.
I really, really, really hope for
Oh, this is apple.
I saw an apple on the back. I didn't know if they
Oh,
were
I
like
didn't
different
realize they were
ones or not.
flavored.
It's just like it came just like this. It looks like you're gonna take like the blue pill from the Matrix.
Yeah. I think
Oh.
the red pill is the one that you want to take, though. I think the blue one just puts you back into the
Ooh,
matrix. Anyway.
it kind of smells alcohol. It's not
Can't
blue.
open.
Look at
Aw, What
this.
the hell?
It's not blue. It's green. Why do they have blue packaging? Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's pleasant. It's weird because it's like dipped.
Shape is kind of odd.
It like
That's
like-
actually pretty good. That's a.
that tastes like alcohol.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it's kind of fizzy. Rub your tongue on it.
Oh, it is fizzing. I can, like, if I stop, I can hear it. Oh, what?
I was hoping you can.
You just put that up to your ear.
I put it. Yeah, I was trying to hear it.
What if it was like, fuck?
Um.
These are pretty, like, not like some amazing taste. But
I wish they were a little more sour. And it's not-
but the thing is, it's soda candy. It's meant to be like a soda, which is kind of what it's like. I don't know the apple though. I don't taste any apple.
it tastes like Sprite
Yeah.
or 7-Up. But there's not fizz in the middle. It's like there's little bits of fizz as you like keep eating into like the candy. It's like layers of it. Because the candies I was talking about from when we were kids, it's like you bit into the middle and then went.
Okay. Did you bite into it yet?
Uh-uh.
All right. I'm gonna bite into mine.
I can't.
Sorry, Mom. I know she's freaking out right now.
Yeah, she's mad about this whole thing. This has been mostly hard candy, and the only one that she would have approved of was a really soft one that he freaked out about.
No, it's just like all straight. That's good though.
I don't mind that. I might need another one of those mochi things though. That's really good. Fire on me.
Oh, God.
Okay, we got this last.
It's like stuck in my teeth. Hold on.
I'm wondering if this is gonna be. It's well, little pepper guy says so hot.
He does say so hot.
He's so hot. He's very cute though. Here, you've got longer arms. You can play with that there. How cute he is. Oh Jesus, back it up. Jesus, you're like
Look at him!
You came in so hot. All right, let's see. I wonder if they're actually gonna be red. So far, nothing's been the color it's supposed to be.
It's like white. It's like unclear.
Like the tomato candies, even on that bag, they were like red, dark red candies, and they weren't dark red candies. And then same with the soda candy, it wasn't blue, it was green. Damn it. The mochis weren't the right.
Nope.
Our fuckhead neighbors leaving for the 10 millionth time. Fuck that guy. Okay,
So they are the color
they're
we
red.
expected.
they don't smell
Oh,
hot.
they smell good.
Kind of sweet. It's just sweet.
Not hot at all.
They're very sweet.
Surprisingly sweet.
There's like no salt on it. It's just all sugar. You know, like spicy Thai sauce? That. Oh, I put something on the thing because we were looking up teal and fuchsia. It tastes like Thai chili sauce kind of, but not as hot.
Is this teal and this is fuchsia?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go back here.
Back to like the whole color thing. This is teal
Teal is this.
up top.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to show up on the screen. This is teal.
That's teal.
This is fuchsia.
That's fuchsia.
There you go. Now you know.
These are great. They're not terrible, but they're not that
Flip the
great.
wrong
But I can't stop eating them. It's like texturally.
They're not bad. It's very crunchy. It's very crunchy.
Texturally,
I don't want any more though.
These are fire.
But it's not hot at all. I don't know why it says so hot.
No, it's just so
Maybe
hot.
he's like, I'm so hot, you know.
Same. No, Well, it was fun. There was something fun to do on the side.
That was fun.
Something different.
But if you guys, if any of you guys have any, excuse me, goodness, if anybody has any suggestions on foods Or little snacks that you want us to try.
or something you'd like us to try. Send us like a dinner recommendation, and we'll get it, and then we'll try it. Let you know if it's any good, without trying to be disrespectful.
Also, I would like to put out in the world that let everybody know I made dinner last night. I'm not a very good cook. I will admit that.
It's not that you're not a good cook. It's just I do it. I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like you don't ever have a reason to cook because I do it and I prep food.
Well, even if I had to do it, I don't know how to cook stuff. I know how to grill. I can grill chicken and steak. Hey, I can do that. But all the other stuff, I don't bake. I don't cook.
It's hilarious to watch you bake. I love watching you bake.
No, you don't. You are literally like having an anxiety attack across the kitchen watching me bake.
Anyways, watching you bake is such a shit show.
I want to be good at it though. I just don't.
It's such chaos.
Anyway, so I made spaghetti.
Like you would take like a teaspoon and measure out like a whole cup of water using that teaspoon.
That's what I got. That's what I gotta do. I made spaghetti, and it's a start. I mean, I know it's easy, it's simple. So next, I'm gonna make chicken parm. Making some chicken parm. So I'm gonna add some chicken in there. I'm gonna learn how to bread the chicken and the flour and the.
I should have had you make the chili
egg.
today. That's a pretty easy one. I don't even measure anymore.
And then from the chicken parm, I want to move up to something else, like lasagna. I remember my Aunt Tina. She used to make this stuff called. She called it pizza casserole.
Mm-hmm.
I love that stuff. I still do to this day. I want it so bad, but I want to.
It's literally like baked ziti, but with
it
pepperoni.
is really, but I don't know. She made it and always felt special because she made it for me. So maybe that's why I liked it.
Aww.
So I'm gonna learn how to make that.
You know what Tina made me one time, and that's like what reminds me of Tina so much.
What?
She knows I love mallow cups. One time when you were away, she sent me a mallow cup dick that she made herself.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so I was like,
I remember that.
So that's what your Aunt Tina made for me.
That's fine. I'll take the baked pizza.
You get the baked pizza.
That's
I get the
me.
boxes of dicks.
That's fine.
Box of dicks.
But
She made me a few of those. I love mallow cups. I haven't had a mallow cup in years.
you like mallow cups?
Oh my god, I fucking love them. It's like chocolate, a little bit of coconut, and marshmallow.
Oh, you lost me at coconut. Except unless
It's not a ton of coconut. It's just a little bit like texturally, so you can like feel like the bits. I don't know. Love mallow cups. There's a kind of chips that I used to like too. I don't think they're munchos. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what munchos. I just can't think of what they are.
I'll send you a picture.
But anyway, speaking of food and making stuff, so I'm working my way up to become a world-class chef, starting at spaghetti.
Listen, he just needs to learn to make like the top 10 meals that I make, and then you'll be good. Because it's like literally the only problem is if I die, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids don't even know how to make the food that you like. Just saying.
Yeah.
Munchos.
Yeah.
I'm sending it to the Discord.
So if you have any good snacks,
Snack recommendations?
that like we don't know what they are, type of thing, like from different countries,
See if we can get our hands on
let
it.
us know.
We have a plethora of Asian food marts. So it's actually a Chinatown, a little bit away from us, but where it's doable. We also have a plethora of Hispanic food markets near us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's about it. We don't have like a lot of diversity when it comes to like ranges of food. Besides that, we're here.
Until we start our hoagies and pierogies food truck.
Well, but there's like not a lot of like Indian foods places.
No, yeah, there's not a lot. I think there's one. There's like a one.
There's more in
closer
the
down south.
city. Yeah, in the city, so we'd have to drive.
Yeah.
I'll go do. We like food. Food's fun.
We're foodies.
We are. I told him that a long time ago, and he didn't believe me.
And then we talked about it, and I was like, oh shit, you're right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
we put our whole life around food. Almost the whole paycheck goes to food.
Sadly, yes.
We probably spend over $1,000 on food, and we very easily make it $600 a month on food with the way I meal prep and snack prep. But no, that's just we really like food.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
No, it's not
I
a
like to
problem, but we like to eat. It's fine.
I
That's what we
love
do.
to eat.
That's what we do. We just eat things and we talk about it. We should start like doing like food reviews.
Well, we talked about doing that once pandemics a little less pandemic-y.
It's pretty unpandemic.
It is, but it's just
compared to what it was.
It's like people flocking to fucking Disney World already. Like, listen, not everybody's like situated yet. Like, we don't know what the fuck's happening. Like, settle your asses down.
Let them get COVID.
But I feel like going to out places and just like go here right now. I don't know. Talked about this before. Talked about like how Hawaii is technically part of the United States, but
no,
they're not letting all the white people just go over there for vacation instead of going to other countries. I don't know. Don't get me started.
We're not. You are.
I'm
You're
getting started. I can't help it. Okay. Quick catch up before this one. We talked about on last episode, Joseph Duggar. Anyways, the Duggar kid that got in trouble for them finding child porn on his computer. So it turns out, they said this is like the worst haul of child pornography that they found. In their area, I guess. I don't know. They just said it was really fucking bad. And then when they went in detail, it was saying that it was anywhere from 15 to 18 months old. Like, that's the demographic that
15-year-olds to 18 months old?
Yeah. To 18-month-old babies was the youngest on that computer. And then they let him out of jail. They just held him, and then they just released him on bond.
It doesn't sound right.
That's not okay.
That doesn't sound like it's something that they do.
They did. And it's, like, scary because he's already been accused of this before. Like, they've openly said it on TV. Like, if you say it on TV, like, if there's, like, video documentation of you admitting to, like, abusing your sisters, but they forgave me. I went to counseling. They didn't, but I did. They should hold him because this is a repeat offender then. That's what I would think.
I don't know.
I don't know. I will let you know more if I hear any more crazy developing stories. We were waiting to hear back about the Giuliani raid.
Yeah, so
that fucking guy's crazy.
I don't know a whole lot about this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I was supposed to look into this more, and when I was going to, I accidentally became obsessive compulsed with communists.
Another topic, yeah, communists. Which we'll get to that in a little bit. First, let's start with the so the feds raid Giuliani's home and office because of his his alleged ties to Russia or Ukraine? I've read it's over his ties to Ukraine. Okay, according to the alternate press, which I don't know if they're left leaning or right leaning.
They said he tried to like fuck up the election.
Yeah, I think it also has something to do with the election meddling as well. So I don't know the specifics, but they raided his house, and this was like last week, and I haven't read anything yet on the findings.
I haven't seen anything like new, like them say anything like crazy happened yet. So that's a little nerve-wracking as well, because usually they'd be like, we didn't find anything, or
it takes time. It takes manpower,
or they'd be like, we found this so far, and they're not. That's nerve-wracking.
So also, a third search warrant was served on a phone belonging to Washington lawyer Victoria Toensing, a former federal prosecutor and close ally of Giuliani and Trump. Her law firm issued a statement saying she was informed that she is not a target of the investigation. So, yeah. See, that's the thing with these. Is that there's always so many like different players. It's very hard to keep up with who is who and how and when, especially for us people that aren't on the case. It's harder because like we have our job to worry about as well, along with like everything else going on. So,
Giuliani's a fucking weirdo.
Is he?
Yeah. He like has sex with like everybody. He was on fucking Borat.
He was not on there like.
Are you sure?
Trying to have sex with that girl. I do not think that was. This is in reference to
him doing that.
Well, it's not the Bruno. It's not Bruno. It's or is it Bruno? It's the second movie.
Borat.
Is it Borat? Maybe it is. It's in reference to that scene whenever he is in the bedroom with that girl. He like laid down, and to me it looked like he was adjusting his shirt. But some people say he was like undoing his pants or something to that extent.
While she was there, he was just laid down and took his pants off. He literally laid down on the bed, went back with her, and then took his pants off.
He didn't take his pants off.
He unbuttoned his fucking pants.
He didn't unbutton his pants.
Pull up the clip while I reenact this. Okay, here's the girl, and she's like standing like this.
Let's pull up the clip.
She's standing like this, and then he's like, what is that? You've poked me in the butt with your wiener in the middle of the night with less enthusiasm than he had.
I've never. I'm a virgin. Get out of here.
Like, what is that? Why do guys do that? Like,
I
why
don't
does
know.
that seem like that's a thing? Like, why
'Cause
do you
that's
guys
what-
like,
because
I'm gonna
that's what
poke
you
her
want,
with it
right?
because that might get her in the mood.
That's what
No.
you want, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it is.
I don't.
Yes, it is.
No.
Don't lie to me.
No.
I don't know how much. How much of this can we play? Wait on nobody.
Just go get to like where the bed thing is, and I'm telling you, you don't even have to put the sound on, in case it's like gonna get flagged.
Hold on.
He was not. That was when she was like, "There's cameras."
Oh, that little pat. That was weird.
Yup.
I'm not saying he's not a weird guy. I'm saying that what he did, I don't think was.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Okay, so here he's helping her undo something.
Giuliani called the police when he found out what was happening.
Look, that little pat. Oh, that's a little.
Now
weird.
watch. She's like,
Oh, I think she's taking off his mic.
yeah, she's taking the mic off and like, look at this. You ready? Look.
He's tucking his shirt in.
Even if he is, that's fucking weird. I'm telling you, it's weird.
She had to undo his shirt to get to the thing.
Have you ever tucked your shirt in like that in front of a fucking female besides me? If you say yes, you're fucking done.
This is what you call, gentlemen, this is what you call a trap card.
No, it's not. Because if some guy... Oh, see, look,
No.
he's trying to shut me down. If I had a mic, like, let's say I had a mic right here, like, right here, and the guy was like, oh, here, let me... And then he gets the mic off of me and starts to walk away. And as he's walking away, I'm like, touching my titties.
I'm not saying what he did was odd, but I am saying that he was not trying to take his pants off.
Everybody say a prayer for this poor sad man, for not understanding, weird social cues.
Sorry, I mean,
Definitely.
I can't. I can't just jump to conclusions and say that what he was doing was like some weird like sexual like cue or whatever. I don't know what he was doing, but just by looking at the video,
If the
watching his
girl
hand
that interviewed him was your mother, and he did that in front of your mother,
he tucked in his shirt. Do you see she had to?
This is your shirt. The whole way down to the bottom of his fucking
I don't
pants.
know.
Well, he was moving around his moose knuckle. He was fucking doing some weird ass shit.
It was. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that what he did was not weird. Yes, he like moved, like he tucked in a shirt for like a weird amount of time.
If the
and-
girl interviewing them was our daughter, what would you think?
I don't know, dear.
It's weird.
I'm
It's
not disagreeing
creepy.
that it wasn't weird. I am disagreeing that he was unbuttoning his pants. And we watched the video. He didn't unbutton his pants. Are you saying he unbuttoned his pants?
I think he was going to.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just seen him tucking his shirt in. I don't know what he
Anyways.
was going to do.
Anyways, I'll punch you right in the fucking head. Like I want to skull. I want to
Why?
skull punch you so
Why?
because that's so stupid.
Why is that stupid?
The answers that you're giving me are so stupid. It's such a mansplaining thing. He's like, well, maybe it's a tuck in his shirt. It has nothing to do with him patting her.
I never said.
patting her.
I never
and,
said
I
that
don't
what
know,
he was
full
doing.
on grabbing his dick. There's a difference between like tucking your shirt in around the edges real quick and like reaching the whole way to your fucking seam inside.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said
That's
it was.
weird.
That's why I said it was weird how he did it. But
But
He
that
was
means
not
disregard everything I'm saying.
he did not unbutton his pants, which was the original argument. Are you saying he unbuttoned his pants?
I think he was going to.
But the argument is not if he was going to or not. I think he probably, if they gave him the opportunity, yeah, he probably would have. I think we're on the same page here, dear. You're just...
That's what you say every time you try to mansplain something to me that's like this. Mm-hmm.
I truly think
And
we're
then
on the
I
same
get
page.
and then I get angry. And then he's like, I'm on your team. And
I
I'm like,
am. I don't want...
cool.
He...
Bet.
I'm sure with that little weird tap that he did, that was odd. And then he tucked in his pants a little.
Anyways,
too
changing
long.
the subject before I punch this guy in the throat on here. Let's talk about communism.
Okay, well, let's start with the beginning with this because where it started with.
If you say some dumb shit,
No.
I'm gonna hit you.
This started with
I'm
the.
not actually going to hit him.
Yes, you are. You do all the time.
Do you remember that time you gave me a fat lip,
For what?
hitting me in the mouth with a retractable
Oh my
leash?
God! Listen.
Remember
Okay,
the time you punched me in the face
before we
because
talk
I was
about
poking
communism.
your sides?
Before we talk about communism, let's talk about this topic now.
Listen, one time I threw a lotion bottle at him, one of those trial size ones, because I was so fucking angry one time,
So
and he
physical
still
abuse?
brings it up.
I do, because that was traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
So one day we were walking the dogs, and we had a retractable leash where you had to hit the button to like lock it and then pull. You know, you can pull it away, the dog away or whatever. Well, the dog was getting into something, and I went to click it and pull it away, and I didn't click it,
Didn't stay clicked.
and no, it didn't click.
What?
I went like this, and I yanked it, and she was sitting next to me, and I punched her right in the fucking mouth. And I was like, oh,
My lip was
no.
huge. It was huge, and it was like all black
Yeah.
and blue. I had to go to school, and I
Yeah.
didn't wear makeup. And everybody's
felt-
like, "What happened?" I'm like, "He punched me in
I
the
did.
face."
I did
And
it,
everybody's
though.
like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Stop it! It was an accident. It was an accident.
It was an accident. I felt so bad, but yeah, I got her right in the mouth. I felt so bad.
Awesome.
And then the next time,
I was
I know,
chasing
right?
you up the steps.
Yeah, we're walking up the steps from her basement, and she chased me up the steps, and she was poking me in the side, and I swung around like this, and I got her right in the mouth with my elbow.
No, you got me right here. You got me like right.
Oh,
in the
I thought I
eye.
got you in the mouth.
No,
I got
you got me
there.
right here. I remember it was like black and blue for a while. That was funny.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So-
ah. You're like, I told you not to tickle me. No.
Anyway,
Communism.
communism. So this all started with
There was
the recent marches
in Austin, which is like weird. Because Austin is a very communist area.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, it's not very communist.
But the
at
only
all.
thing with Austin is that they allow people to voice their opinions, even
Yeah.
if it's not something that you wholeheartedly believe in. Yeah, are some people going to give you shit for it? Fuck yeah.
That's fine.
But they have marches and demonstrations and stuff through Austin all the time. So this isn't like that wild or outrageous for anybody.
Yeah. But what I think what happened here is that the people that are marching don't know exactly what they're marching for.
Yeah, they like,
So
like
this
the
was-
idea.
Yeah, so this was on May Day or May 1st, which is like Workers' Day. So Communist March through Austin, Texas. Now we assume that it's communist. At least I have to assume that they think it's communist because of the sickle and hammer logo here in the
Mhm.
center of the flag.
And also they have
And then they
pictures of
have all
Stalin.
these pictures of all these communist leaders.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like those, like but also the sign says "Proletarians of Countries Unite." So the proletarian is it's a person of the working class.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like demanding like 8-hour workdays and stuff that is good for workers, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they're holding up signs of communist leaders, because to my understanding, in a communist country, you don't work 8 hours. You work more than 8 hours, and you don't get anything. I guess.
You work and
Maybe
you do everything
just super
that you're
ignorant
supposed
about
to
what
do.
communism actually is. But I'm all for Workers' Day. 100%. Yeah, as long as everybody's treating fairly and getting paid fairly, then that's what I want. But these people are marching on Workers' Day and Communist Workers' Day. That doesn't sound like. It sounds like what the hell they call it?
Double on.
No,
No.
not double entendre. I don't know what.
It just
whatever.
doesn't make sense.
It just it's like two conflicting ideas.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But they're trying to
I'll
put
get
together.
into that a little bit though.
Yes, she will.
Because I've been doing a lot of fucking research on like weird shit that you'll care about. That'll make you look into this more.
So they're marching. So communists holding Soviet Union hammer and sickle flags marched through Austin, Texas on Saturday, blocked intersections and praised mass murderers in May Day demonstration. Excuse me. The annual marches began in 1886 when more than 300,000 people in the United States worked to protest in favor of an 8-hour workday, a battle that had began 2 years earlier. Let me pull up this. So this is actually a video from the UK on May Day as well, from this year. At least I assume it is, because the comments are from like right after that.
I hadn't seen this one yet.
And now, okay, one thing I do want to point out before we continue on is that there are people in here that are holding flags that have nothing to do with May Day and workers, workers' rights and shit like that.
They just show up to like start shit.
Yeah, they still they show up and they're like, I'll show you. Here, let's get to it. It's coming up here, and it's really annoying. It's really fucking annoying when people do this. It's like you're allowed to have your right there, boom. Now I don't see. This is why I don't know.
It's like everybody's just showing up just to say something.
Yeah.
So
which
like
is homos against popos.
It's like, okay, I get
sure,
it.
That's great. And
Cool.
you do what you want to do, but you're like, what are you doing here? This is not you came to the wrong march. Put that down.
It's like everybody comes for like their own thing. I feel like that's how a lot of protests happen anymore.
And that's really annoying.
It's
that's
like
super
be
fucking
here
annoying.
to support the cause. If you're not, then whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously people are here trying to get awareness for something, even if it's not something you believe in. You don't need to fucking show up.
But yeah, so this was a May Day march in the UK. And the comments on this video were actually kind of fucked up. Like, they're blocking the streets, and they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't block the streets.
I hate when people say that as like a fucking argument, is that like somebody needs to go like run them over because they're in the street. You're blocking
you should wait till we
traffic.
get to the comments.
I
hate
that shit, because that's what protests are. They're supposed to inconvenience the city enough that they're getting phone calls that they don't want to fucking hear about it anymore. You know what I mean? It's to inconvenience to get awareness. And like, I'm sorry if you don't believe in that, but like, this is how shit has happened. Being a female, that's how women got their rights, was they protested, even if that meant they were, beat up, going to jail. They were in the streets. Our forefathers went into the streets to get the rights that we have right now.
Yep. Just trying to skip through, see if there's anything else. Now this one though, I see no sickle and hammer though. That's what I'm saying. The one in Austin was like super weird.
That's why I'm saying that was like a full communist march. That wasn't just like,
Okay, so this is another super concerning, and this is not new to anybody.
I hate comment sections.
Yeah,
I hate
they
them.
can be
It's
terrible.
just trash.
Well, it's people hiding behind, the keyboard, the computer.
People think
monitor.
they could say anything.
So, says like this second guy. Don't the English have cars? start running these mongrels over. They can't protest if they're dead, maimed, or crippled. Like, that's obviously terrible. I don't know if this guy's being
Bro,
like,
do you jaywalk?
Yeah.
Because you're impeding traffic, so
Yeah.
move the fuck over. You're getting run down.
uh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind when people protest. I mean, that's your right
I don't
as
either.
that's your right as like a citizen in any type of situation, unless you're in a dictatorship. Because I put Munchos on there.
Yeah, okay, here are the Munchos. By
Yeah,
the
the
way.
bags, my favorite potato chips. One of my favorite potato chips, and they always say the price on it, so they can't
It's not showing
overcharge.
up.
Oh, it's not. I sent it just as an image.
Oh, that's probably why. Well,
Never
just
mind.
Google Munchos.
Whatever. Google Munchos.
You didn't put any of the links up, dear,
For what?
or anything that you were doing your research on.
Oh,
to
I
bring up.
forgot to. I'm not gonna do it now. If I get some more links, I'll send it out your way. Because I'm bad at these things.
So, but
Oh.
yeah, the communism thing. Obviously, I don't know what it's like in a communist country. I've never been to one. I don't know if it's actually good or not.
Well, listen, I want to tell you the shit that I learned. Because I was trying to get into communism, like not get into it, but like educate myself on communism. But the way I learn things is like, it has to be something interesting for me to retain the information. And so I was like, well, maybe if I learn some of this other shit, I'll retain more information. So this is where we're going. So me looking into communism led me to, apparently Stalin had an island called Cannibal Island. It was
Cannibal
actually
Island.
called something else. I can't remember that name because that wasn't interesting enough for me. So when Soviet Russia, all that shit happened, and communism came in, and Stalin was there, okay? People were starving, and they needed farmers to basically hand over their fucking food. Basically, they're like, we own this land now. The food that you grow on this is going to go straight back to us because we got to feed people, and you can have like 10% of it to like pay to feed your family. And they're like, we got to eat. Like, we have to eat food, and we need to be able to pay for that. So they were like, nope, straight to jail. So they
Straight
took
to
those
jail.
guys and put them in prison, and were like, we, ding, 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 great idea. People that are against our platform of being communists and stuff like that and won't give us their land and don't want to listen to us, we're going to put them straight to jail. And then we're going to put them on some property on an island, like a prison work island, and we're going to give them all the tools, a place to live, and the food. But we're not going to pay them. They're just going to turn this desert area into crops, and then we're going to come get the crops and take them back. And then we'll have all this extra land, plus their land we took them off of. That was their genius idea. Well, then they were like, well, we don't have enough people in this fucking jail work thing. So how are we going to get more people for this jail work thing? Ding, ding, ding. Now there's a rule that if you don't have your papers on you to prove that you are a citizen there, that you can go straight to jail. So they were basically stealing people off the streets and not telling their families where they were. So there was like a report of like an 11-year-old girl was sitting on like at a train station waiting for her mom to go get them something to eat or get their papers or something. And she was on her way back, and the police stole the 11-year-old because she didn't have her papers and put her in jail, and her mom didn't know where she was. Another one was like a 98-year-old man went outside to get some fresh air right outside his house, walked down the steps, was standing right next to the street in front of his house. They took him. It would happen to like tons and tons of people. A pregnant woman it happened to. So basically they got their quota, and they took like 6,700 people to this island. Now, whenever you hear island, you think hot, spicy, let's get a tan. This is Russia. It's cold. It's snowing. Whenever they dropped them off, they did not have the huts, food out there, and they also did not have the tools they needed to work the property. So the first night they just sailed them off the boat. They kept the big boat out in the water watching them with all the guards and everybody else onto the island. And then the first night it was like 200 and something fucking people died, like 250 people, because of being exposed to the elements and not able to stay warm. They lost a bunch of people, I think, on the ship ride over as well. I don't remember that number. So up until the point where they dropped them off on the island, they were giving them food. They were giving them just bread. Well, now they couldn't be bothered to make the bread for them anymore, so they started giving them flour rations. So they would give them just dry ass flour, and then the people would take the flour, dip it in the dirty water, and then eat it. So the following day, people were doing that, and they got dysentery. And then being exposed to the colds and the rain the next night, another 200 something people died. It was terrible. So then, the guards are like, hey, I don't want to give you guys the flour rations anymore, so we want you guys to create groups of 150 of you, and one person's going to be the head of that group, and they're going to come get the flour and then disperse it to you. Listen, if he looks uninterested, it's because I've already told him the story like 10 times,
Yes.
as I've been finding out
Am
information.
I looking?
Yes, you're like,
Ari.
you could look up Stalin's Death Island. So then...
No, you do that.
Then... they actually had bad people in this prison. Like, it wasn't just like people that their land got taken away. There was actual people that meant to be in prison. Well, these criminals, the actual criminals, were like, hey, I want to be head of this group because I want to get the fucking rations. And then I can use that for my advantage. So that's what they started fucking doing. Basically let a ton of people starve. And then that's just how it kind of continued. Like, nobody was building anything. There was nothing else they could do. Well, 2 weeks after they hit the island, a doctor came on to examine dead bodies or to come get dead bodies. And there were bite marks taken out of some of the bodies. And he was like, listen, I don't think it's actual cannibalism. Like, they're not eating each other because they don't have food out here. It's probably a predisposition to cannibalism.
Nazino Island.
Yeah, that's what it was. So he said it was a predisposition that some of these people were crazy when they came here. So that's why it was happening. So nobody needed to worry. Well, eventually people just literally just started killing each other. The guards got bored and they would pick people off from like the boat. They would shoot at them, or they would take one of the people out to the middle of nowhere and they would hunt them for sport. The soldiers or the guards were also like, hey, I'll give you more flour or some other food for sexual favors to the women. And then they would tell the men or like the actual criminals, listen, if you can find me something worthwhile or some gold out there, I'll give you cigarettes. So then these fucking criminals were bashing people's faces in to steal their gold teeth, because that's what fake teeth were made out of back then, were like gold. So they were stealing those and giving them to the guards. And then there was like a crazy story where this guard was in a relationship with one of the women on the island and fed them.
27 people died on the way to the island.
27 people. He was in a relationship with this lady and he left to go back to the ship or something or do something, and people grabbed her, tied her to a tree, cut her tits off, and pulled her like liver and spleen and stuff out of her and started eating it and like walked off. And the guy came back and found her and she was still alive, but she was like bleeding out and he couldn't save her. And this is like reports from another island that was like across the way that like were watching this happen. And then one woman had gotten there eventually, and she had wraps on her legs. Like, she'd made it to the other island or whatever, and she had no calves under these wraps.
There it is, yeah.
Is that it?
This is the one about the guy and the girl.
Yeah, she got her tits cut off. So they found this lady that had wraps on her legs. You know, they checked her, and she had no calf muscle left. It was cut the whole way to the bone. And when they asked what happened, she said they fried it like they would like a ham in a pan, and they ate it. It was wild. So anyways, basically word got out about this island, and obviously it wasn't producing anything because people were unable to do it. They didn't have the tools. They were just basically eating each other. So Stalin shut it down, and the guy who created the island, can't remember his name, he basically died. They killed him. Stalin was like, fuck you, I'm killing you because I don't want this tied back to me. All the people that were on that island when they left, after 1 month, I didn't even put this out there, this was only around for 1 month. Stalin's Cannibal Island started in May of 1933 and ended in June.
There's a documentary on Amazon Prime.
Is it? Cannibal Island on Prime. There you go. I didn't even know that was there. But in a 1 month period, they lost so many people. The people that lived, there was only 2,200 people that lived out of 6,700 people. In 1 month, that many people died from natural causes or were eaten and murdered. Outrageous. So the island got shut down. the 2,200 people got sent to more work camps. They never let them go because Stalin didn't want this to get out, that this even happened. So he kept them in work camps. Nobody ever saw their families again. And then right after that, it was like there was the big famine and people were dying because they were starving to death. This has been like a whole thing in like Russia during like the whole Soviet Russia thing. And a little bit before that, people were starving. There just wasn't enough. There were too many people, I'm assuming, from what I've gathered. So then Stalin was like, all these people are dying. There's not enough food to go around. What we need to do is basically a purge. And so if you went straight to jail, you were murdered. They literally executed you just for like jaywalking, not having your papers. Everybody was just executed because he wanted to lower the numbers. I think it's like 7 million people died during his shit.
Yeah, so a woman from the island who was being transferred to another camp was brought to stay a night at the home of that person in nearby Nazino village. The woman was taken in the back room to spend the night, and I saw that her calves had been cut off. Belina said that in a 1989 interview, I asked, and she said, "They did that to me on the island of death, cut them off and cooked them. All the meat on her calves was cut away. Her legs were freezing because of this, and she wrapped them up with rags."
Well, a lot of people don't know that this even happened. It wasn't until like 1990 something that this came out. Like reports were read about this. It was like in an archive somewhere. And so finally the people went there and put up a cross and stuff like that, because one of Stalin's, like, somebody in his leadership, I don't know exactly how to word this, went to the island. And that's how all this information got gathered about these people from the island, is because he went there and saw that people were like eaten and there were bodies all over the fucking place.
Here we go. When asked if he ate human meat, one island prisoner told interrogators,
"Yep,
that is not true. I ate only livers and hearts."
A lot of them would say if they only ate the organs, it wasn't cannibalism.
He described making skewers from willow branches, slicing pieces of human organs onto them, and roasting them over the campfire. "I picked those who were not quite living, but not yet quite dead," he added. It was obvious that they were about to go, that in a day or two they'd give up. So it was easier for them that way, now quickly, without suffering for another day or another 2 or 3 days.
The only thing I compare this to is, like, you remember that rapper, that music artist that like tried to make a music festival out in the middle of nowhere, like on an island, and then forgot to stock food, forgot to stock anything, and then people were stranded out there, like almost dying.
No, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's an actual thing that happened. I can't remember what it's called. That's what this would be. But worse. Like, obviously everybody had phones and were first world problems. But this was in like the 1930s. Like, if you didn't have a house to go in and it's like -20, you dead. Can you imagine going there now? That fucking island, because nobody goes there. Nobody lives there.
Yeah, I bet.
It'd be terrifying. Why hasn't Ghost Adventures gone there?
Oh, because it's expensive and cold as shit.
Good one. But then this got me onto the topic because I was looking into this, and then this got me into the Romanov family. If you don't know, Anastasia, Nicholas II. And it got me into like that whole hole of a hole. I probably shouldn't go into it. It's a lot. Because basically communism started right before Nicholas II got removed from power. Nicholas II was also apparently, like, he obviously was in the royal family, and like most things, people were scared and were starving. Like, they were starving while they were under his leadership. But Nicholas II, according to all documentation, was like a really nice guy. He was just very wishy-washy. Like, he never wanted to say, yes, do this, or no, don't do that. He was like, I just want everybody to be okay. And that's why the whole like communism centers, I think, around the idea that rich people are doing you wrong and that's why you're doing poorly. And Nicholas II was very rich. I think, according to like right now, he owned 1/6 the world's wealth. Wow. Like, his family alone, like, that's how rich they were. And that's obviously a problem. And when you're in leadership and people see that and then they're starving, they're like, that's not fair. Understandable. But the royal family doesn't do shit now. They're just there to kiss babies. But Maybe I won't get into all of that right now. Maybe I'll save the Romanov
Yeah, find
for the
some
next
links.
time.
Find some links, dear.
I will. I'm sorry. This week was a bad week for me.
Always.
I had a full week of migraines. Like from April 30th until literally yesterday, I was still dealing with a migraine. It was bad. So I did a lot of this information while high on migraine medication. So it might have been why I was so persistent with it. It gave me focus. But I'll save the Romanov thing for next Saturday if everybody
Put it up
enjoys
there,
it still. If anybody enjoys that research that I was doing. I also have some research that I did about like German soldiers being found now in like Russia. Like they're still finding bodies from World War II. Fun fact, World War II was only 75 years ago. That's not that long ago, guys. That's terrifying. If you look into like this whole communism, Russia, because it was Germany against Russia, and then we got involved, and then Japan got involved. It was a whole thing. But yeah, it was only 70 years ago. You have family members that are older than that. So,
yeah, most likely, yeah.
we have a lot of family members that are older than that. It's just wild to think that like that shit was still happening.
Mm-hmm.
War's wild, man.
It really is.
I want to eat these. I wish these were salty. They're so good, but there's no salt in there. Somebody that's had these before. Tell me. Should I put something else in with it? You can always put milk on this and make it a candy. I can still see you yawning.
I know. I tried.
Why did you?
I tried, dear. What do you want me to do?
You didn't. You didn't even get the whole way out.
I tried
No,
to get
you
out.
didn't.
I did. I tried. I didn't say I was successful. I said I tried. That's it. That was all we had on the
That's
board.
all we had. We had. Well, if I went into the Romanov thing, that'd be way.
I also had a couple other. I think I had like 2 more topics I wanted to talk about. Completely forgot about it by now. I forgot to write it on the board too.
I do like keeping these under 2 hours though.
Yeah.
I know we were streaming a little bit before this, so that's why.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes or about an
Something
hour
like that.
20.
There was something. Oh, there is something I want to talk about. Damn it, that's not it. God damn it. I think it was on my computer downstairs. Hold on. There we go. Naya Riviera. The Glee girl that died.
Oh, the one with her son at
I was just telling him this shit. Okay. Everybody remembers
Yeah.
last summer, Naya Riviera died. If you don't know, here you go. She's on a pontoon boat with her like 2-year-old son at the time. Pontoon boat ends up back at shore with the baby, with her kid, but she's not on it. She is missing. They find her body. They said that she just drowned. But they didn't find any like life-saving instruments on the boat, like no life preservers, nothing like that. None of that was on there, but she rented the boat and those have to be there, they said. So that was weird. Also, how did this boat get from like the middle of a fucking lake to the edge and that baby stay on? I don't know about you guys, but my son would have jumped off the boat.
Yes, he would have.
Because he's playing, he's a kid, he doesn't know any better. And if you're younger than my son's 4. He got back safely and was fine. She's missing, and now it's been like a year later, and all of a sudden, the baby's father is now sleeping with her sister.
Dun dun dun.
They're like living together, and nobody's like, "Oh, this is weird." Like, yo, she fucking died. So when she died, all of her money, I bet, went to her son.
Yeah.
Well, now the baby's dad has full fucking custody and will now have reign over that money in some sort of way. And now the sister is shacking up with the fucking ex. Bitch, are we all gonna stand by as a united nation and allow this to happen? This is outrageous.
Outrageous.
I might be
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty
maybe,
weird. So what are you
maybe-
trying to say here? Are you saying that this is all planned? Or are
I
you
feel like it-
saying that you think that this is all planned?
yes,
So you think the sister and the husband,
the ex.
the ex,
It's too okay. There are coincidences.
yes.
It would be one thing if like she got hit by a bus
Okay.
and then those two ended up like dating somehow. Even though that would be really weird. That would be inappropriate for sure.
Yeah.
But that would be one thing. It's another thing with the way she died. You know what I mean?
It was very, very suspicious.
It's
yeah.
very weird. She was healthy. She was young. So it doesn't make sense. And then the fact that, you know, then he got full custody of the son. And then the sister started sleeping with him. And now they're moving in together and shit. Wild. It doesn't, there aren't coincidences like that.
There is. It's just, they're coincidences, so. it doesn't
There are
happen very
never
often.
coincidences. Nope. No coincidences. So I need to know how you guys feel about that. Probably, I was gonna say pull up a picture of Naya Riviera.
Naya Riviera.
N-A-Y-A.
Do you think it's kind of suspicious that she died while on a boat and her last name is Rivera? Rivera? Her
Rivera.
last name has the word river in it.
Okay. Grasping.
Illuminati confirmed.
But yeah, that had me sent when I was like looking into it.
Naya Rivera? Is that what you're trying to say? Is this right here? Fuck you.
Yes, that's her. Sorry. I got a text. I got a text back then.
It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Who the hell's texting you?
Crystal? Remember when she called the one time?
No.
Yeah, and I was talking to her. But yeah, she was very young still.
How old was she?
I think like in her 20s still.
Naya Rivera.
Oh no, she was 30. 33. That's still very
30,
young.
yeah. She's 33.
Yeah.
No, 34.
What?
34.
Died age 33.
Oh, she died 33. She
Yeah.
now would
She's
have
now
been
40, 34, but she was 33 when she died. I don't know. That's too much for it to be a coincidence. And I hope more people start talking about this. I feel like it's important.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of suspicious. I will not lie. It is suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I just don't know. I just can't imagine an accidental drowning, but her son like surviving. You know what I mean? She was
Yeah.
swimming with her son. She would have had him in the water with him. And they're like, well, with her last breath, she got him onto the boat. Like, that's what people are saying. And like, that's like,
That's a possibility.
it's like when
It's
people
not-
talk about like Flight 93 that went down and like
Yeah.
they never found the black box. They don't know 100% what happened, but they're like,
Pushed to 9/11.
but they're like, everybody was a hero. And I'm not diminishing any of that, but nobody absolutely knows what happened. It's kind of like when submarines sink in the middle of the ocean and then everybody dies and then they have to guess what happened. You
Yeah.
can't just guess. You have to have actual bodies to do to look at.
Autopsy.
Yes, to find out what happened. But if the body's disintegrated, you don't know. And Naya Riviera wasn't found for like a few days. And to be like this healthy 33-year-old just died.
What did they say?
Accidental drowning.
Accidental drowning.
And like, that's wild to me. It doesn't make sense.
Huh.
So that's just me. That's how I feel about it. Something doesn't make sense. And I just feel bad for her son. That's going to like trigger him.
Yeah,
forever.
it's a shame that it's a shame that it happened while the son was so young. Or that it happened at all, to be honest.
No.
You know,
It's just very wild.
at least nothing happened. You know, silver lining to this whole thing. At least nothing happened to the son.
Yes.
Son was found.
Like I said, and that's like such like a
Which is also
wild
odd, yeah.
thing.
It's
Because
not impossible though.
it's not impossible, but 2-year-olds they don't understand like danger. That's why you're like constantly like Our son is like almost 5 and he doesn't understand danger.
He's getting there, but not
But 2-year-olds wander out into the street, they jump into pools, they do dumb shit, and for them to be like, well, he just was on the boat and just stayed there. That's wild to me. My son would have been off that fucking boat, even if it ended up like back at like the edge of the water, to shore. There we go. If it ended up back to shore, he would have gotten off and been like, yo, what the fuck?
Those exact words, dude.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? He used to love saying that.
But shout out to death care workers. Shout out to people that are doing this shit, because that's a hard job.
Yeah.
We love our death care workers. Let's talk about death, baby. Let's talk about. I told you, but I don't know if I told them that I want to be
mortician.
No, well, yes. I want to be composted.
Oh,
that's a new thing, but it's also expensive. So this is my thing: is that everybody should be able to. You shouldn't have to pay to be born, and I don't think you should have to pay to die.
To be born.
Yes, it's a very important job.
Oh shit. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. 2 hours ago, 3 people, including a child, were shot by stray bullets in Times Square.
By who? Drive-by or police?
According to police, 2 women and 1 child were shot in Times Square after a separate group of men got into an argument that resulted in one of them pulling a gun.
That's sad.
None of the victims sustained life-threatening injuries, and police are continuing to update the public on the suspects.
They didn't die. That's good. I thought they meant like they died.
Yeah, okay. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, that's awful.
4-year-old, damn.
You know, I was going to say, still fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. It's not that important. Any argument
what are they getting an argument about? Oh, you stepped on my shoes, you know?
Some dumb shit.
Fuck you. How dare you step on my shoes? My shoes are my ego.
Back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I wanted to...
The death care industry is such an expensive industry right now, and it's not because it is actually that expensive. It's because people that work, I'm not saying all people, some people that work in death care want to treat it like it's a car dealership, and they're trying to sell you on like the most expensive things. Hey guys, listen, quick tip. You can order your casket at Costco right now. I shit you not. You can order a Costco casket. Yep. You can Google it if you want.
It's a mouthful.
Costco casket, and it'll be under $500. But when you go to a funeral home, a lot of funeral homes, like I said, treat it like it's a car dealership, and they're trying to sell you into getting this coffin, and then they're like, the coffin's $2,000, but you want your grandma to have the best, and they're like, but you want the cement seal to seal her in because you don't want anything to get in there. Fun fact, guys, water still gets in through the concrete, because they don't seal the walls. It's kind of like when you have a concrete basement, but then they don't seal the walls. The water's going to seep through. So Nana and Pop Pop are literally sitting in a mud bath in their own fluids anyways. But if they would have just been in the dirt, it would have just been sucked out.
They're also dead.
Yes, you're supposed to decompose in the ground. I'm sorry if you don't like that. You're supposed to. That's life. You live and you die. So I want to be composted, which is basically this company puts you in like this wooden barrel kind of things with wood chips, and then they continuously roll you out in the woods, and then it breaks you down into dirt, and then they give the dirt back to your family. So you could basically sprinkle your family onto like your property, or like your favorite spot, and grow flowers and stuff out of there. FYI, mushroom shrouds don't work. Also, planting a tree in Nana and Pop Pop, if they're cremated, they're not turning into that tree. They're doing no nutritional value to that ground because they've been burned to shreds. It's stupid. It's a great idea, and I love that for people, but it's not real. But at least with composting your family member, you could literally grow a tree out of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me though, it's gonna be really hard to grow a tree out of me whenever I'm on fire in the middle of a.
It's a Viking funeral. I'm not doing it.
No, how dare you?
I'm putting my foot down. I want to be composted,
how dare you?
But I understand the fact that being composted is $5,000, which is way too expensive, I feel like, still for a funeral. So I'm going to get my own property. I'm going to...
There's going to be a lake on it where you're going to put me on a boat.
Because you won't... Listen, whenever people are cremated, did you know bones come out whole still?
Okay.
So they have to pulverize them. So you want me to go muck through a goddamn pond to get the remnants of your charred body to light on fire again, and then me to hand pulverize you? Or do you want me to just let your body parts fucking float in the fucking pond for our grandkids to dig out?
For me, I don't care who does it. I'm going to be dead. I don't care who does it.
This is why I'm dying first, right here. Because he knows he would never get that.
Yes, I am. I don't. That's all I want.
No.
I want you to put me on a boat.
No. You know what I want you to do?
I don't even like water like that either.
You know what I want you to do?
What?
I want you, when I die, I just want you to take me, roll me out the front door, and stick me in the dirt. I don't want anything else. Put me in there butt ass naked. I don't give a fuck. Just put me in the ground. The only thing I ask is just take take $100 and get a tombstone. I'll probably already have my tombstone because I'm prepared. That's all I want.
It would be really hard to put a tombstone out in the lake where I'll be at.
You're asking a lot of me. You're asking a lot of me. You know that, right?
Nope.
A lot.
Nope.
And I've even offered to compromise. So before somebody's like, you're crushing his death dream, I've been willing to compromise. I said, how about we get you cremated first, and then I put you out on like a small boat, and we light that boat on fire and with your ashes in it, and you go into the water that way. And
is that
he
what
said,
I asked for?
No. He told me no.
Is that what
but
I asked
feel
for?
like that's a happy compromise.
Nope.
That is a very happy compromise.
I'm not happy at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
am.
I'm the one who's dead.
Listen, you can't diss me. I've been to too many funerals.
But never one like this.
All of my family is dead. Every single one of them.
None of them had this funeral. This is what I want. I want to be on a boat. When you pushed out to the sea or a lake, I don't care. A body of water. It can be not a pond. I prefer not a pond. That's a little too much or not enough. And then somebody to shoot a flaming arrow into the boat. And then I just catch on fire.
I cannot.
You don't have to. Somebody else will shoot the arrow.
I'm not.
You don't have to.
I will divorce you while you're dying.
I'll be
Just
dead.
so
I don't care.
I don't care. Listen, I just want to be put in the dirt. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome for not asking a lot for after I die. Take all of the money. Take all the money you would have spent on the funeral. Take all the money you would have spent on the funeral. And
how much is my funeral going to cost?
A lot.
How do you know?
There's going to have to be zoning. There's going to be zoning code issues.
Just do it.
No, that's not how it works. I can get in trouble.
So? Just do it.
No.
Babe.
No.
Babe.
No.
Babe. Babe.
Nope. I'm dying first anyways. I'm going to have a brain aneurysm any day now.
My heart's going to go out
no,
before yours.
My health is way worse than yours.
I'm going to die.
I might be stronger than you, but my health is way worse.
I'm going to die in a war.
Stop. That's not okay.
So yeah.
That's not okay. Your mother's watching this.
Boom, roasted.
Your mom's so angry right now. Kathy's mad.
I want my Viking
You
funeral.
heard it come out of your mouth and you knew it was wrong as soon as it hit your tongue.
I didn't know anything.
You knew it was wrong
I know
as soon
nothing.
as you hit your tongue.
I'm like
the look
Jon
you just
Snow.
gave me.
I want my Viking funeral, dear. I'm not letting up on this. Yes, you are. Yep. You can refuse if you want. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. There's a lot of things I care about. I care about that you're fed and that your house, but when you're dead, and you can't do shit about it. So.
Oh, yeah. We'll find out about that.
I'll do what I want to do.
Okay. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Find out.
I'll put you in a shoe.
Oh.
Yeah, keep it up. I'll put you in a shoe. I'll put my foot in there. Rub my feet all over you. Hates feet. I'll just rub my feet.
I do not like feet. I don't know what it is.
It's
not that like.
I'll turn you into a shoe. You know, you can send people's remains off to be turned into like a diamond. I'll have your remains shed off.
Like feet alone by themselves are fine, but whenever people like start to like fetishize feet, it's like, oh my god, it's it's like all the stuff that your feet go through. It's so gross.
Today we were walking, I was like, "Can I burp in your mouth?" And he's like, "What? No." He's like, "I mean, well, if you like that, I guess. Like, I'm not gonna shame you. Like, whatever. If that's what gets you going." I was like, "You'll let me burp in your mouth, but you draw the line at feet." And he's like, "Yes."
Yes. But we tongue each other's mouths. It's pretty much the same thing.
You're just weird.
I'm not weird.
You're weird. I'm not into like feet like that either.
I'm not either.
I'm not like I'm not grossed out by feet though.
I'm not grossed out by feet.
Somebody could show me
whenever
pussy
it comes.
toe.
Oh, that's gross.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be like putting it in my mouth, but I
whatever,
wouldn't care. I'd be
whenever
like,
it comes like fetishizing though, I'm just like, ooh, you know, that's weird.
listen, there's people that like elbows. There are people that like fuck Ferris wheels. I'm not kidding. Somebody does that.
In a roundabout way, yeah.
No, like they bought a Ferris wheel, they put it on their property, and they say they're married to it, and they have a whole relationship. And they talk about how like they grind up on it. Yeah, feet ain't that weird when there's people out there fucking Ferris wheels. Put that on a shirt, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty good.
Good. Oh, tomorrow's Mother's Day. Hey, listen, happy reminder. Call your mom tomorrow. Don't do anything bad tonight. Go take her to get breakfast or something. Even if it's an egg McMuffin, your mom won't care. It's better than nothing. I sent my mom flowers.
Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
Happy Mother's Day, mother-in-law. My mom will never watch us. My mother-in-law will watch us. Happy Mother's Day. We enjoy your existence. It is very pleasant.
Does she know I had different plans for her Mother's Day gift, but it didn't really happen, but
And out of time.
I did.
Which means I nagged him for 2 days, and then I got a migraine, and then I quit nagging him, so he forgot.
I wanted to do it. Will you stop that?
I know you wanted to. You wholeheartedly did. You kept the tab up on your computer and everything. I know you were going to. But
Work has been very busy.
it's hard.
No, I didn't say it was hard. I said very busy.
You can still send her. You can still send it.
I
Tomorrow's
could.
Mother's Day, but you can just send it.
I could just send it. Maybe I will still. I don't know. We'll see.
You can put P.S. Sorry, it's late.
That's sad. So my grandmother used to send me cards like that all the time.
All of us.
Sorry, it's late. It's like it wasn't late, but she would like just think that it was gonna be late.
It was gonna be late all the time.
So she just put sorry, it's late.
She used to call me and say that. She used to call me and she
Yeah.
would like bitch about her neighbors. she'd get mad and she's like, then she and I would just listen to him like, yeah. And then right before she hang up, she'd be like, hey, I sent you guys a card. Sorry, it's gonna be late. And I'm like, what's it for? And she goes, like Easter. And it was like the month before Easter or some shit. And we're like, it's not late. But all of our cards say, sorry, it's late. That's really
Sorry, it's late. It's really sad.
fun.
Also, something else that was kind of sad a little bit, but it's kind of nice. Today,
Oh,
we have a dog. Our dog is like
elderly.
11 or 12. She's an
Pull
older
up a
dog.
picture.
Very, very old. We've actually been talking about when it's time to put her down. No, we'll get into that. And I don't like it.
I know.
So we watched this dog, my dog, be born. She was born, and I seen her come out born.
Yep. My dogs had puppies.
Yep.
And then his childhood dog had died.
Yes, yeah. My childhood dog passed away around that time, and then her dogs had a litter of puppies, and we watched them all be born. It was really gross. It was disgusting.
It was weird. I was scared because I was home by
Nobody-
myself.
I don't know why anybody thinks that's like beautiful by any means. It's gross as hell. But anyway, so we ended up. Long story short, we picked that dog.
Well, he picked that dog. I was
Yeah.
like, you can pick out a puppy, and that will be your dog, as long as everybody's okay with it. And you just like ran home, and you're like, Mom, I got a dog. He's like, fuck.
So now, though, we're at the stage now where she has bad hips, she has trouble breathing. She eats fine.
She has some dementia.
She does have some dementia looks sometimes. Where she walks into the room, she's like,
She's confused. She doesn't know like why she's in there, and she's just like wound up.
yeah,
But she doesn't like leave our front door or like her food and water dish.
yeah.
Like I feel like she's afraid that she's gonna like it, and those are like her. She needs to have those, and she's only been going to the bathroom like twice a day, like once in the morning and like once at night. She doesn't ask to go out unless she's like sick.
Yeah.
But it's getting to that time, and we have to make that choice because we can't get her in the car, except
We have to shamu her into the
we
car.
shampooed her into the car today.
Like we have to have her lay on a blanket and then like fold the blanket up and then carry her.
Carry her out. That's how we do it. Her hips are so bad that she'll
Yeah.
bite you. We tried to carry her up
Yeah,
the steps.
she.
I put a picture on the thing. I don't know if you'll be able to get it
Oh.
out. I posted pictures on the Discord so he can pull them up then. Um, but I'm looking at these pictures. They're cute. So we shampooed her into the car. That's her.
That's Prudence.
That's Prudence. She's an Australian Shepherd. She's like 12 or 13 now.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot. Now she's having, with her hip dysplasia, she can't like get around as much. She was so excited. She was so happy to be in the car. She liked like the first like 60% of it, and then after that she was like, listen.
Yeah, so today we took her out into the car, and we got her some ice cream. We got her some like sherbet ice cream. Froyo. And
that's the first time she's been in a car in a long time. Like honestly, since we moved here. Since we moved here like 2 years ago. This is the first time she's been in a car that long, because it's so hard on her.
It is. Her hips are so bad.
Her back legs very well. Don't work. Well, they work, but it's like more of like a hop. It's not walking. And that's been a problem for like the last like 5 years. I want to say 5 years, because about 5 years ago is when we
noticed.
Well, we had just moved back home, and she was able to get up and down the steps to go to the bathroom, but she would slip sometimes. That's how it started. And then after that, we moved out here, and then it was slower for her to get up, because we don't have steps here except to come upstairs, and none of the dogs come upstairs except for one of them because he's an asshole. But our elderly dogs stay downstairs because they like it there.
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't come upstairs even if we asked her to. She can't go on walks. Like, we can't walk her. Like, if we tried to take her for a walk, we could literally not bring a leash because she's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, she's not chasing anything.
No. And so now we have to start making those hard decisions, and that's a hard one.
Yeah, I don't know when. You know, you don't want to do it too soon.
Yeah.
Because you still want the dog to like enjoy as much of the life as it can, but you also don't want to do it too late to where like the last, portion of its life is suffering.
And then we've been talking this over. We've been mulling this over for like probably the last like 2 years.
Yeah. There'll be times where she's like really bad. Like, oh,
or like she's sick,
and then like
this
one day
is gonna be it.
And then one day she pops up and she's like
running
around. I'm like,
it's
what the
wild.
Hell?
It's just, that's where it gets sad, because she's still happy and like excited about things, and she wants to play. But then we also noticed that her dementia really is starting to set in.
Her perceived dementia, at least. Yeah. I don't know if she actually is.
It's just the looks on her face is like she's there, but she's not there. But she's a good dog. She's been a really good dog.
Well, today was really nice because whenever I got her, she used to go everywhere with me. Like, she would sit in the front seat with me in my old. I had a 1990. Dang it. 91. It's a really old Chevy Cavalier. It was very boxy looking. Yeah. That was my first car, and she would sit in the passenger seat, and I would drive, and I'd drive around everywhere, and she'd come with me, just head out the window. So it was really nice to have her in the car again.
She always liked car rides. She hated walking.
She did not like walking.
From the time she was a puppy till now, she despised walking.
Yeah.
She'd get like 3 houses away, and she's like, all right, listen, this is enough outside for me.
This is not a car.
She used to love to play Frisbee.
She's very good at playing Frisbee.
She played Frisbee for like a solid 5 years before she was like, all right, I'm over this. Like, this, I'm done. But she would haul ass for a fucking Frisbee.
She would catch them too. It was surprising.
She was really good. Derp's like that, but with water. Remember when we threw the thing out in the lake and Darwin would go out to get it?
Oh, with water. Oh, yeah. I know you're talking
Darwin
about.
is not good at catch.
No.
He's good at going out to retrieve.
Yeah.
Good retrieve dog. Prudence was a good catching dog. She was fast as fuck. Ugh. Memories. Then this is like a end of an era. Like, this is like a weird, once she does, it's going to be like a weird part. Because like, we were together for 2 years, and then we got Prudence.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's longer than that. Prudence is older than that.
Is she?
We've been together for 16 years. So 2 years. That would mean she's like 14? 13 or 14?
She that old?
I think so. Because the year you got burned, it was the year you got burned.
Mm-hmm.
And the following year would have been the year you, well, we weren't dating very long, that part. So it would have been the summer you got burned into the following summer when I graduated. Like, you graduated, then I graduated. So you graduated, and then I graduated, and that was when you got Prudence. It was like 2 years after we started dating. So she's like 13 or 14. I was wrong. She's not 11 or 12. She's 13 or 14. Older than we thought. But no, that's just like the sad.
Yeah, so we're probably going to have to take her in soon.
So sad. It's something sad, but I hope we don't have to make that choice. But she's very petty.
She is very petty.
I've been like really upset a few times and just like cried because like she's getting old. I'm like, please just die. And I know that sounds mean. I don't want her to die. It's just I know that she's getting to that point, and I'm like, please just die on your own.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather wake up and know that you passed in your sleep, or like pass while I'm here at home with you, than make us make that decision. Because I don't ever want to like make that decision for somebody. At least like when I get old, I can be like, give me a gun, I want to kill myself. She can't do that. Yeah. She's a dog. So it's like a hard decision. So I had to make that hard decision. I'm very sorry. That sucks. My parents had to put our first Australian Shepherd down, Max, and she was like how Prudence is now. That's why I'm like, I can see it. And I remember the one morning Max couldn't get up. Yeah, they had to like carry her to go to the doctors. There was this old doctor. We used to go to him. Remember Dr. Miller? There's a doctor named Dr. Miller, and he was so fucking old. This guy was like, you think the Crypt Keeper's old? This guy was old.
He wasn't that old.
He was very old.
He was old, but he was not. He wasn't Crypt Keeper old yet.
He had a veterinarian clinic for like the longest time, and then he retired. And people liked him so much that he was like, you know what? I don't think it's fair to charge people a shit ton of money. Everybody should be able to own a pet, basically. He's like, it shouldn't be like hundreds of dollars to do things. Because you want your pet to have the best, but you can't afford it, and everybody should have a pet. So he converted his garage into a clinic, and then had like a pop-up clinic.
I remember going there that one time to get Atticus neutered, and he gave him that shot or that
he
thing.
Would sedate your dogs while you were there.
Atticus
still
was like sitting on the like this.
He was spinning.
He was spinning like this. His head was like this.
We had to like hold on to him.
Yeah.
But he used to do that for you. Like if you brought your pets in to get spayed or neutered, he would be like, hey, listen, I'm going to give him the shot while you're here. So you know I'm going to do it as soon as I take him back. And like the dog's comfortable because you're going to come get them while they're still asleep. And then they'll know that you were with them like the whole time. And that was like it was such a small thing, but that's like huge. And when they took Max, our first Australian Shepherd we ever had as kids, to go get put down, they called him because he'd been dealing with Max's issues for like over a year or two by then. And they said, hey, I think it's time. And he said, bring her in. And he put her to sleep. And when my stepfather went to pay, he said, no, I don't pay to kill people's dogs because you could have just let them die at home or you could have killed them yourself. He's like, you did a very big thing. Like you made a very huge decision. And that's why I don't ever pay for that. I don't make people pay for that. And that's such like a nice thing. Like he didn't have to do that. His clinic was like, he had a clipboard and they would shout out, okay, the first like 50 people sign in order, and that's who I'm going to see today. And everybody else, I'm really sorry if you don't make it. Come back tomorrow, and you can try to get in again. And like that's how he just ran his business.
I remember that one lady that was a fucking bitch.
Oh, his nurse was a cunt.
I hated her. Yeah.
I was so glad when he fired her.
She was so mean, like unnecessary. Like I get the public can be very difficult to deal with.
She was mean to animals.
She was such a jerk. Like not a good person, seemingly.
I think we took Prudence in there to get her nails cut by her one time. She like smacked her because Prudence got scared and she like swatted at her. I don't know if it was Prudence or one of the other puppies, but she swatted at her and was like, no, and like grabbed a hold of her paw and just kept going. It's like, I'm paying you.
That lady was a douche. I did not like that.
I was so glad when he fired her.
Yeah. That was after we stopped going though.
Yeah. Well, then he died. He
Yeah,
died
yeah, he
eventually,
died.
and that was really sad. That was such a hard thing. But he always told me the story about like my great aunt. My great aunt must have, I guess, lived in the city near there, and she brought a cat in a bird cage because she had found this cat and wanted to get it checked out, but she didn't have a cat carrier. All she had was a bird cage. He said, and then when she brought it in, I said, can it whistle a tune? And he told me that every fucking time, and he thought it was so fucking funny. Like, he's like, got her. It was such like old people humor.
Yeah.
But no, he always told that story. Good guy. Fucking, we need more
That's a
Dr.
good
Millers
guy.
out in the world. Oh, poo-poo head. Old lady. Prudence fucking Patrice.
Prudence Patrice. Patrice is her middle name.
We give all of our dogs middle
Yeah,
names.
there's Darwin Dixon. Look at that. Look at all the little hairs. Let me bring this up.
Good
Hold on.
job. All the little wispies. Their old lady eyes.
Yeah.
A little mole.
Her little mole.
Her old lady mole right there.
Mm.
With that little red dot.
Yeah, here.
A little old lady mole. That's how you know when dogs are getting old, when their nose starts changing colors.
Oh, look at her nose. Her nose is like, yeah.
There's a spot on there. I think it's that big black area. Go back
Yeah.
down near her nose. No, there's like a black circle right towards the one nostril.
Here?
Up. No, here, let me see the mouse.
There?
This spot right here.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might be where she got stung by that bee one time. Remember she got stung by a bee and her
I
face
do,
swelled up?
Yeah.
You like called me freaking out. And I was like, give her Benadryl. There's Prudence Patrice. There's Darwin Dixon. And then there's
Melanie Consuela.
Yeah, Melanie Consuela.
The hell does it zoom in so far?
I don't know. It just wants you to be zoomed in that far. Can you scroll out? Like go backward?
I could do
Oh,
this.
okay. There you go. I might have to reactivate my Facebook to get all of my pictures of her. From her. I have ones when she was a baby on my Facebook somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Oh, poo-poo.
She used to sleep under our bed.
And used to feed her pizza like she was a fucking monster.
Yeah. So whenever I was younger, I still with my parents at the time, and like my friends would come over and we'd play Xbox all night, and Prudence would sleep under my bed, and like we'd have pizza and we'd like feed her some pieces of pizza and underneath the bed, and she'd just hang out under the bed and we'd play games and she'd go to sleep. It was great.
Prudence is obsessed with
She loves pizza
now.
Yeah.
I just put pictures of Darwin and of Melly up. I put up the flower picture. I took a derp the other day. And then the one where Melly was terrified. We had a really bad storm hit us the other day. And Melly is more of a cat than she is a dog.
Yeah.
And she hates loud noises, hates them. We always hear her like coming up the hallway like a little kid telling their parents that they threw up. It's so funny. But she ended up sleeping in a basket outside of our bedroom door. Oh, Melly. There's Derpy.
This is Derp.
There's our boy we found on the side of the road twice. Well, we found him on the side of the road
Oh,
once.
here he is too. Hold on.
And then the second time. Come here.
Hi, Derp.
Come on up. There he is. He's like, I don't like this. I want no part of this. Get the little balls. There him is. I found you on the side of the road the first time. And then you have a burr right here. And then I found you at the animal shelter the second time. And your piece of shit owners I dropped you off to before said they didn't want you anymore because you kept escaping the hot backyard. Because they would leave you alone back there. But then I said, fuck it. We're getting a dog. And you came home with me and you've been with me since.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the story of the derp. We love him. He's a shit.
He's a good boy.
He's dumber than a box of rocks, but
Yes,
he's a good
he
boy.
is.
And then we have Melanie.
This is. Oh,
It's not a very good picture. This was like the middle of the night. She came over, terrified, and I wouldn't let her lay in the bed. Because Melly's like a cat. She doesn't like to be brushed.
Yeah.
She doesn't like baths. She doesn't like loud noises. Walks are limited because she gets overwhelmed and freaks out.
Yeah.
But Melly, we got from a rescue that we used to work with.
Mm-hmm.
We used to foster dogs. We had like 23 fosters in like a 2-year period.
Years, yeah.
Like puppies, tons of puppies. but I think she was like our fourth or fifth one, and she was from a like puppy mill.
She was the one that was breeding them.
Yeah, she was being bred to have puppies, and she never left a cage. And so when we got her, she like the night we got her, I had to keep my hand off the bed all night for her to keep her head onto something because she was so scared of everything.
Yeah.
She had to like follow us from room to room, up your butt, or she was like sleeping in a corner. So every house we've ever had since then, we've had a dedicated Melly corner.
Yep.
Or we just put blankets or a bed, and that's where she is. Sometimes she comes out if she wants to eat. If not, we'll take her food. She doesn't bark.
Very rarely. I think like a handful of times she's barked.
Yeah. I've seen her play with toys like 3 times.
I seen her play with toys once. She threw it up in the air, and then she looked at us and realized we were watching her, and she stopped.
Yeah, like toys. She's very weird about toys. Cat.
She's a cat.
She's more cat than dog. She's a good girl. I don't get very many good pictures of her because she doesn't like being. She's scared of getting her picture taken.
I think she liked the last house we had because she stayed underneath the shelf, so she had like in the back in that little corner. So she had like all the walls, and then she also had the roof.
We had like it was like a closet, but they took the doors off, and they had like slatted shelves, and so she would sleep underneath one of the shelves in like the corner. And she had a pack and play that I eventually threw away because it started to smell.
It smelled so bad.
It was an old pack and play your sister gave us, and the side was cut out of it. We gave it to Melly, and Melly slept in there for probably a solid 2 or 3 years before we had to finally toss it because it stunk like her so bad. But yes, my dog slept in a pack and play. It's quite cute. Put like a little blanket over the top, so it was like a tent.
Mm-hmm.
She needs those spaces.
Yeah, she does.
Dogs that need like those little sanctioned things. I want to get her a little tent, a little teepee, like one of those little kid tents, and put it down in our living room. I'm an adult. We saw a seal one once.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we always say she looks like a seal. But I think if we got like a little nightstand for where she's at now, because like right now she's next to our couch, which is close to a wall, so she uses the wall and the couch as the walls.
Like a little.
And there's nothing above her, but if we got like a little stand. Or like a big stand, actually, but it's stuck it there. She could like go underneath there and have like all.
I know some people are like, just buy a kennel. Listen, I don't want to put her back in a kennel because she was in a kennel like her whole life. I don't ever want her to think that that's like where she needs to be.
No.
And this has also been very good for her, like letting her find her own spot that she wants to be in. Like she chooses a spot and that's it, and that's where she's at. So.
Damn.
Oh, I saw that.
Damn.
I read that the other day.
4 years after an execution, a different man's DNA is found on the murder weapon. Terrible.
Wild. This is that shit that should scare people sometimes. The death penalty would be a thing is if as soon as they were convicted or whatever, they killed them, you know? But they, instead of doing that, they just keep them on there. They're like, it's cheaper to keep them. Okay. Well, then they stay on death row, but when you're on death row, you can't do shit. You're stuck in there. And then it happens. Like, what's the point in having a death row if they don't use it? So, have it.
Yeah.
The only people we should be killing are pedophiles. Dead ass. Let's fucking kill all rapists and pedophiles.
So my question is, how are they going to compensate that man's family?
They're not. You can't.
No.
They can sue wrongful death. But that's
so
not gonna
fucked.
that's not gonna fix anything.
No,
it's not gonna
really
solve
not.
anything. It's not gonna. It's just sad. Very sad. Ghost.
I think it might be Call of Duty. Hold on.
I know the new Resident Evil game came out.
I seen that, but it's not like I guess they changed it. It's not like traditional Resident Evil.
They sell the typewriter.
Oh, they do? Nice.
Typewriter save spots. I was laughing at kids playing it yesterday that I was watching, because they were like, "Where's the save spot?" It was a fucking typewriter. We're getting tired. We did a lot today.
We did.
Ooh.
We're coming up on our 2 hours too, to be honest. It's about 2 hours now.
Yeah, we had a filled day. Got an oil change. Got some haircuts. Not me. Grocery shopped.
Yeah, worked out.
Mowed the yard.
Mowed the yard.
A cleaned up some dog poop. Made chili. Maybe I should. I'm not. Never mind. I was like, maybe we should do a cooking stream.
I think we should, but where I'm cooking, and you get to sit here and watch.
You see me uncomfortably, like, in the background, like.
Yeah, you're just.
I salted. He had made pasta the other day,
yeah.
And I brought a bunch of seasoning out because I use ground turkey or ground chicken in a lot of my food because a red meat's not good for you for a lot of reasons. You can have it in moderation. I'm not saying don't eat red meat in moderation. So, and we also have like irritated tummies. Okay?
Well, not deny that.
Low grease fixes that. So, he puts the ground turkey in the pan, and I'm like getting out garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, bunch of other things. I'm like, sat it down. He's like, what's that for? And I'm like, to season the meat. And he's like, oh. So I put everything on there, and he like mixes it up. And then I take the salt and I get like a handful of it and I put it in the water. He's like, why are you salting the water? And I'm like, for the pasta. And he's like, who salts their pasta water? I'm like, everybody salts their pasta water. So, in case you're wondering what kind of content you're going to get, it's going to be me freaking out and him being like, but why?
Me making the blandest of meals.
Well, he makes cookies. We get into a fight every holiday over Christmas cookies because I am very particular about my Christmas cookies. I like them to look bright.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I like them to all look the same, and I like them to be pretty. I like them to be pretty. And so I'll like measure out the cookie dough on like a thing and then roll it and put it down or use cookie cutters. He just like takes it and he's like,
yeah,
and slams it on the pan.
Every cookie is unique.
All the cookies are like fucking 20 different sizes.
That's fine.
So
everybody
then
else
doesn't want to eat a giant cookie, and then like
who doesn't want to eat
half.
a giant cookie?
A lot of us don't. You want a nice size cookie. A nice size cookie is probably like that. That's a nice size cookie. That's a generous size cookie. Yours are like.
Way I make my cookies.
Sometimes you cookies are like that small. They're like the tiniest.
That's fine.
Cookie.
Okay, then I got tiny cookies.
Who wants to eat a tiny cookie?
That's like a little appetizer cookie.
No.
It's like the cookie before the cookie.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm about to go dig through the closet to find my fucking shit that you got me so I can eat it.
What shit?
Shit you got me for
I didn't
Mother's
get
Day.
you. What? What did I get you?
I know what you got me.
What'd you get me?
You walked through here with the fucking box and I could see through the fucking bag.
I didn't get you anything. The kids got you stuff.
So the kids got me for
You're not my
shares?
mom.
The kids got me for shares?
I don't know. You're not my mom. I didn't get you anything.
Mm-hmm. Listen, until our children are older, yes, you're my dad and I'm your mom. Because you got to make sure they get the right shit.
What am I?
You're my dad and I'm your mom.
No. What am I?
Dad.
That's so weird. Don't say that.
But no, it's like the kids, they'll forget. You got to take them. You have to help them. Don't be like, you're not my mom. Motherfucker. Stop. All right. I think that's going to be it.
What do you call it there?
I'm getting tired and twitchy.
You're always tired and twitchy.
I gotta wash my face. I'm
okay,
so...
closing remarks. We'll do some closing remarks. Well, first of all, I would like to thank anybody who is watching this now.
Yes, thank you for anybody that actually sits through this. It's pretty manic sometimes.
Yeah, at times.
It's my fault. I'm manic this week. After all these migraines,
in a crazy week.
I need contact.
Yeah. So if you're watching this on March 8th, tomorrow.
No, May 8th.
I said May.
You said March.
I said May. I definitely said March. If you're watching this on May 8th, call your mother tomorrow.
Yep.
Wish her a happy Mother's Day. Do something nice for her.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're married,
make sure your wife, your children got your wife something.
Yeah.
Or make sure your children got your husband something. There's some people that do both roles.
What roles?
Their mom and dad.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm a little confused, but fair enough. You don't know that meme.
I don't.
Oh, god damn it, Robert. I can't pull it up. But no,
thanks. Who are we giving special thanks to? Special thanks to moms.
Special thanks to moms.
Moms out there.
Insert clip of pictures that we totally pre-planned of our mothers. We're not, because they'd be pissed.
Yep.
They'd be so mad.
Special thanks to mothers out there. Thanks for birthing us.
Thanks for the birth.
What else? Who else are we gonna thank?
Oh.
Let's think.
Let's thank Omart for this delicious candies.
Yes, thank you, Omar, for the
They were delicious candy. Thank you, Omar, for the delicious candy. Shout out to the whole bottle of champagne you drank.
It's champagne though. Who cares?
Alcohol.
Mimosas are dangerous.
I don't drink, so I just give you the drinks that I used to drink, and then you're like, "Holy fuck, these are delicious." I'm like, alcohol. All right, that's it. We're sending off. That's it. The end.
We're done. The end.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for making it this far.
Like, leave
tuned.
a comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
We answer back.
And we definitely try to.
Try.
We have nothing else better to do, so.
I think next time, I'm gonna get face masks, and we're gonna wear not
Saturdays.
Not face masks. We're like the spa face masks to wear.
Yeah, but okay. Next time we're gonna do a facial.
We'll get towels. We'll wear towels, like with our hair wrapped up. And we're like,
my hair's definitely gonna be wrapped up.
So excited.
Okay, so there you go. Next Saturday.
Spa Saturday.
8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's 9:30 on the East Coast and
something.
7 or 6:30 on the West Coast. I don't know what the times are. Figure it out. Okay, that's it. Thank you again.
That's it.
Have a good
Bye.
night.